Okay. How you going, Anderson? How you doing?
All right then. All
Oh,
right.
hello, hello,
Hey there.
hello. All right, let's lock in. Let's bloody do this. I want to get some nice fixes, get stuff going, dude. Okay, so numero uno. I'm just gonna play for like 2 minutes, and um, see
Yeah,
where.
almost done with my fixes. It's a
Okay.
couple of things that gone a little bit wrong, but yeah, should be in very soon. Did you grab later?
Mhm. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
grab later.
So no, I mean if you haven't, don't do it. If you had, don't jump. So,
If I have, don't what?
don't jump.
Nah, it doesn't matter. That's fine. I've got certain ones that I need to fix on my end as well, anyway. So, but yeah, no, let's yeah, there's a couple things I want to just test and just check, to make sure, just here and there. Um, and then yeah, just bits, just some pieces I really want to clean up and nail, basically. Um, yeah, pretty much. About. That's about it. But yeah, let's really lock into it. The other day there was a dude streamer who just had a picture of his face in the corner the whole stream. What was up with that? He wasn't listening. Probably Dano. Cheers, Minima. Yeah, yeah, really today just to lock in, kind of finalize as much as we can tonight, and then just yeah, this tomorrow, this week, really nail some gameplay elements, so like the scoring, stamina, UI, menus, all that kind of stuff, clothing selection, all that kind of crap. Yeah, just honing on that stuff, and then yeah, get as much as we can. So hopefully, to be honest, hopefully give you guys a little tech test so you can test some stuff out tomorrow or Thursday latest. Don't see why not tomorrow evening or afternoon, depending what we get done tonight. I think primarily looking at locomotion and general movement and controlling the character before we do any controls, before we do any like refactors and tweaks on that. Because I think yeah, we just got to use you guys more. Like I think Dad has probably mentioned it to you. I think he's right when we say we just got to, if we want to test something out, see how it feels, just put it in for the backers to do so. That's the whole point of you, you know what I mean? We don't really use you enough. Um, so yeah, especially locomotion. I think. Um, yeah, I think as well. Like, I think it's also one of those games that it's probably hard to because I think a lot of people don't fully realize the scope yet either. Like, I think we don't even fully realize the scope, but we have an idea of what we kind of want the scope to be. Um, I think that is partially what people's like expectation of what it is. I think people probably, oh my, okay, build. I prefer this T-shirt, whatever it is. Hmm. A couple things dodgy, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hold off any reservations until that is checked in his fixes. Yeah, I thought that'd be the case. Okay, the falling is all crazy. To be fair, Dado did say he had broken stuff, so I can't. I can't really. Uh, so broken. Okay, the thing I wanted to basically check, and I believe it's because of now I believe that the reason why it's so much so is primarily because of yeah, I think you got to think as well, like a year from now it will look even smooth, like it will look 10 times better. Like the the systems we're working with are very much a kind of progressive thing. They're not like today it's gonna look amazing, and then like it will always keep getting better because the things we're doing are kind of new, and they are just like kind of being worked on and kind of being innovated as we speak. But it does mean like systems and stuff will just keep getting better and better, uh, which is really good to be honest. Like motion matching, although it's been around for a while, it hasn't really been used. Uh, okay, yeah, cool. That's what I thought would happen. Um, which is, it's the kind of thing that, uh, yeah, I think when we first started the project, it was kind of, especially with Dada, when what got me into the project was kind of like, what I was so interested about was like, it was more than just like make a parkour game how you think you'd make a parkour game. It was like really trying to take a like next level approach to like innovate in a way. Um, like I don't think many games use motion matching in general for locomotion, because it can be very tricky to work with. But like what it means from a tech side for our workflow is crazy, and like that's something that if you're playing the game, it doesn't really matter. But I think the other thing that people don't realize is that like as much as we're trying to create a game, we're also trying to like start a studio and work on tech that is innovative and new and like push some kind of boundary and like do something that's like, oh wow, that's cool, I didn't realize you guys did it that way. Or like, and like if we make a different game, could some of this tech transfer, like can it is it just stuff like that, I think. Um hello, hello. But yeah, that's the general gist of it. If any of that makes sense to you, because hey Noma, how you doing? Hey Jack Star. If you guys see any buggy stuff, that is broken stuff, so he's just fixing it. So just, but again, this part of development, like stuff is gonna look worse than it did an hour ago because that's how things work. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, 100%. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think there's just like a lot of cool ways you can do it beyond just like what you make. Um, what's up? Oh, Rider's the way, man. I literally will not use any other ID. I mean, I use JetBrain for all my stuff. Any JetBrain ID for everything, basically. Like Visual Studio is an absolute mess. I can't stand it. I don't know how people use it. Um, so yeah, must do. It's got good like source control stuff with Git and all that kind of crap. Although I use Fork, which is really handy as well. But yeah. The aim is I think tonight to try and get things cleaned up so that we can give you guys a little test build. I think we might lock off the getting the backer version to a point until we release 0.12, and then just have you guys testing loads of stuff for us. Control wise, movement wise, locomotion wise, vaulting wise. Do you pick up the responses? How easy is it? That kind of stuff. That's the aim. Again, it's not it's not 0.12, as a thing. It will just be, we'll release loads of small tech demos, like in different environments that I'll create so that we can test specific things. So like one will probably appear an area that's just run around. Like how does locomotion feel? Like, do you feel like you can control and direct your character well? Do you know what I mean? Do you feel like he's stopping is slow, running is slow? Like, do you know what I mean? Because the main thing is we want people to look at it from like, how do I put it? Like don't read too much into like the animation or like in a way, right? So focus on how does the character, like the feeling of stuff, as opposed to like the arms look a bit weird in this animation, because that can just change, right? So that doesn't really matter for me. But what does matter is that when you say like, oh, like when I press to jump, it doesn't pick it up well. What's going on here?
Oh,
Right.
David, a couple of notes on some of the changes that went in for the falling. Um, uh, I put the capsule radius. I changed the max step and the capsule.
Yeah,
radius.
I've just seen. Yeah.
So the capsule radius is 1, and the max step is 5. Yeah, I did that because now with the new falling, we don't need to have a very high max step, because it will just it will fall super nicely anyway. The radius are 1. I'm not particularly sure, but what that gives you is he avoids that double dip on some of the collisions. But we can bring it back to 5 if we need, if we see some side effects. I haven't tested much yet.
Might be seeing one now. Yeah, that guy falls like crazy. C++, I could never C# for that. C# is handy. I've also worked in C#. I did when Unity C#. So when we did that Unity project, that was C#. He can. I mean, I'll do 155 in a row now for you guys watching. It takes a long time. I can't. Well, one of the things I want to look at now is the speed at which it does, and it's weird because the way we've set things up, like, it is just a case like we can like make it go faster pretty easily. But it will always be grounded to animation. So that's just about saying like, oh, you need to you really need to do a faster animation. The falling's all messed up. Like Jesus, I know what that has done. But broken all. It needs to. Now you could also like within like 5 to 10% speed up the play rate like over time as well. Like so like as you do this more, the animation itself will get faster and faster. So like bunch of ways you can do it. But I just want to before we look at like the speed and stuff like that, I just want to get it doing the thing really fluidly, which it does to be fair. Now the pliers are very, although realistic, they're very okay. So now the thing that I want to look at, yeah, I had a feeling that wouldn't work. That's the other thing I need to look at really is the walk behind some of the climbs. But I'm gonna look at that later today. Um, okay. I mean, one of the things I just want to check and make sure. The hands look kind of weird when sliding. Um, is in like in the when you slide down a slope kind of thing. Um, I'll be totally honest with you. Like 90% of the animations look really weird, but I don't really care. In Australia, yeah. Like, it's hard to explain because I guess like from your guys' perspective, like how the animation looks would be really important to you. But from like making it, because I know that it's just raw mocap. Um, I don't. When I say I don't care, I don't mind. I don't mind because I know exactly what the cause is, and it's like okay, capture a new animation and clean it up before you bring it in, and do whatever like actual animation data changes you need to. My main priority is like, does the animation play well and does it blend in properly? Like, can you trigger it properly? What are the controls for it? Like the actual quality animation. Once we've got all the mechanics done, that's when we'll take a lot of pride in it. And so then at that point, when you say to me the hands look weird, then it's something to address as opposed to now so early on, like the hands look weird. It's like, yeah, but I can live with that for now until we actually saying, hey, these animations we want to be final. You know, if that makes sense. Because that pipeline we know, right? We've got that pipeline from like mocap to in game now, and the cleaning process we've just omitted because we don't have time um, for the amount of animations we mock. But when that becomes a priority, then the quality and the fidelity of the animation itself will play a big role, and that will improve basically everything. Like everything will look. There's probably going to be a period where over like 3-4 weeks you'll see everything just look 20 times better because we've taken more care in the animation process. But currently it's more about the workflow and everything beyond just what the animation looks like. It's like how does it work in the game, and then once that's nailed, then we can say okay, now take care with what the animation looks like and how it is, and the subtleties behind it. Um, so yeah, you're gonna see weird shoulders, you're gonna see weird arms, you're gonna see all that kind of stuff. I try and minimize it because I'm aware that like the rest of the people don't have that same mentality, nor do they realize that. But yeah, like me spending an hour to clean an animation that we in 6 months we might just get a better one for, um, purely because that it will look a little nicer right now. Doesn't quite make sense when I could be working on gameplay systems and stuff. You know, when there's more of us, then 100%. But right now, it's just not a priority. Um, what was I doing here? Yes, I wanted to see um, if the width of these things is the key determiner in terms of like how like the pliers bounce. Because what I could always just do is cut down how long the actual animation is, so that it's really not as long as it currently is, you know what I mean? The other thing we need to look at is, with that being the case, why is it that on landing that detection doesn't pick up the next thing? You know, there's a couple things we need to identify there.
David, you know that bit of code that I pasted today? What is that in the landing? What is that falling time less than 0.2?
Oh, I use it as like there was a case that I needed to account for that I've not yet accounted for. It's the it's when what's it called? You like when you basically jump, but you do an action, but you collide with the ground, like you land basically instantly, like way too soon. But it's not like a step height. Now that might go crazy if we're dropping the step height back to really low again. So that's something to account for.
Oh, is that the reason why the
like it's for basically for the case where like if you're it's that case. So like for example, if you do an arm jump and you're just on the ground, you just like basically you land, but you're like almost instantly after falling, like you've not actually fallen, and your capsule just lands. But like returning back to ending the animation will look dodgy because of where you are in the pose.
yeah?
So it's basically just a fallback for a case that we need to address currently.
It shouldn't be contextualized to you're only in that case, because that is like every time you land, if you are like less than 0.2 seconds, you basically ragdoll. Like now, every time I start, I ragdoll.
That's fine. Yeah, I think there was some cases that what's it called? That would, I think some changes there would have propagated to that to cause that. I think I did some checks in that thing with that case that was doing a bit more than it really needs to. I mean, that can go to be honest. I can just bring that case in specifically for.
Okay.
It was a bit more of a general. I mean, to be honest, I'm happy to just kill. Doesn't really play an effect for me. Especially if the other thing is gone too. But that was viable when we were doing the stop montage immediately. But now since we fall every time, that is what has made it a bug. Like if that makes sense, because we changed that behavior.
I see.
So now we just need to. Yeah, I mean, I do this together in like 5 minutes. It's just like a little war playing with like some prick spots, just like 155 or something.
Okay, I mean we go through that together later on.
I mean, I've killed it. It doesn't play a role right now. Then with the changes, I think we need to just address it differently.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fix the yeah.
Yeah, I got one.
Fix the falling of the jump, and then we should be good to go. If you set the capsule to height of 0.6, then you don't have that annoying fall.
Oh, okay, thank you. Let me do that now. Actually. Capsule half height to 0. Oh, you mean in the player start? Yeah.
Yeah, in the player thing, in the player start, they scale on the Z, set it to 0.6.
Yeah, you shouldn't ragdoll when you start now, either. Yeah, I mean my falling is all janked up, but I'm expected that. Yeah, that's fine. I expected the falling to be messed up. But it should be fixed once you got your changes in. So that one is a lot more snappy, basically. Now let me just check out times 0, 0. That's actually interesting. Um, oh, mm, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting actually. Hold on, let me think of this. Um, this is at takeoff. It's 7, so you got 7 to go. Right. And then, so that's 7. And then we say, so, sorry, so you can see all the flow. We got that as 7, and this is like 36 to the edge. Yeah. They haven't totally messed that up. It's the other thing I need to fix now. Hmm. I mean, it is correct. I mean, it is kind of correct. I get, as wrong as it is math wise. I can't really complain. I can't really complain. I mean, one thing, obviously, this. One thing to look here is potentially, if it's a plyometric movement, you need to take off as soon as possible. But it doesn't matter anyway because it's only 0.2 seconds. Realistically, it's not wrong, to be honest. It does make sense why it's doing what it's doing, I'll be honest with you. To be annoyed that would make no sense. I think you just need a more snappy plyo. One that matches your velocity better. And that should about do it. I mean, if I unnaturally just sped this out, how would it behave? I mean, this is completely wrong, but let's just go.
David, can you have a look a minute on my screen when
Sure.
after you get if you're not in the middle or something?
Yeah, give me one sec. I'll do it now.
Just want to show you a case that which I don't know if I introduce it or not.
What weird behavior I'm getting on now. Ooh. I'm not falling though. I need to debug that. To be fair, I did anticipate that to be the case. Yeah, I think it just needs to slightly faster. There's no problems in this. We just debug one last thing. What happened there? I mean, this is when really. Yeah, I mean, ignore the falling stuff. That is okay. Really, you've got to have some faster, snappier jumps that it can like get, start off slow, but as the velocity increases, it needs to now match these quicker ones. But we've still got to be grounded in reality because if it looks crazy, it's gonna look ridiculous. And then progressively, the velocity will increase or pick a faster one, and that will speed it up, and that's just the nature of it. That's fine then. Okay, I mean, to be honest, what I could do as well, realistically, is cut this down a little bit. Like, bring this. This might be maybe like by, you know what? It probably doesn't need a lot.
So there was there were a couple of crucial fixes that I need to explain because those might impact something else.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. How am I trying to?
now the now the jumps are very cool. That's almost perfect. That actually is perfect.
Some weird behavior with the rotation of this guy. I really need to nail. I mean,
Are you changing any animations?
yeah, I am, but I can revert some stuff. I just wanted to test something out.
No, I mean, with the new and improved merge options, we don't need to. But yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a
I mean,
check.
I'm aware that a lot of the falling is broken now until I get your, and I've still
Yeah,
got a lot of my like warping stuff crazy because of
I'm literally almost done. But like, if you can check something for me, I can, I can, I can check it in and then do it.
yeah. So everything's looking a bit buggy, to be honest, but it's kind of expected. I mean, oh, add non-active. That would make sense. Oh, I love this anim cut tool, man. That one looks so dodgy. I don't know what's going on there. God, a lot of things broken. See there, I think that's with the gravity trace stuff that's gone a bit awry. All right. I mean, I was just. Nah, we've modified it to hell. Yeah, I modified it like crazy. Like the whole animation, the selection, when it does it, all that kind of stuff is. I don't even know why I use that thing anymore. But yeah, I've got some crazy values in while we debug some stuff. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff. Sorry.
Oh, Christian is here. Yeah, that's good to see you.
Hello. He's who we need to clean up these animations before we know it, we'll be laughing. let's go to this. Let's get to this. Back quickly. Also, no, what was it you wanted me to look at?
Oh,
Anything that fixes this quicker.
So there are a couple of issues that, if you look at my screen, I'll show you.
Sure, let me. I'll pop you out so everyone else can also see. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so if I jump over anything, does this, like, is this the behavior that you are expecting to? No, one second, this did okay. One second, this is okay too.
No.
1 second. There is a bit in which it goes. Wow. It does that step up instead of doing a jump. I mean, now did I?
You're jumping crazy early as well, which is like the exact opposite of how people.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, but I'm
Yeah.
I just. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to see that.
Now this is the case that works. Is when I. Oh, come on. Well, I guess that was a side
What
effect.
are you trying to do? I'm confused.
So I'm trying just to jump and actually,
Like super early.
yeah, no, I mean just to randomly jump. There is a case in which he does that. He chooses the step up. I mean, maybe here. I had it before.
Oh, it could be because I mean I did remove the filter out for debug stuff on the
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's probably why then. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, there. You see, he does the.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, that's I know that face. I mean, I'll probably have the same
okay,
behavior.
so that's
Yeah, no, I removed the filter out so I could debug. So just like because again, I don't add the I've not added the normal like a canonical jump. So I killed the thing so we could always jump always. To test the falling throughout.
Right. No, because I was wondering if I broke the step. But yeah, so.
No, yeah, I think it's just in you just need to re-enable that. It's like jump manager.
Okay, so if that is the case, then I'll show you a couple of changes that are very important that you need to be aware of. So so in here, I'm gonna change this. Basically, all of this stuff right now is completely data driven. Right, all of the animations here are like all of the parameters. There is nothing that comes from real time or gameplay. So all of this can be like baked inside the animation, and we don't, you know, and we don't touch it. But the thing that I fixed, which could have side effects, is calc pose matching for distance matching. So before, basically, what happened it was that in the falling, the anime match phase, which is basically the time interval, when
it would start, when it would start the animation,
animation, right? So before it was always 0, and it was always 0, and also it was never mirrored, because I'll show you why. In the calc pose matching for distance matching, there was this get pose matching search time limit, right? Which then cascade down to all the calculation that we do. So basically, it wasn't like this one is mine. So before it was only this. It was a max of 0 and the takeoff sync time. Okay,
Which I'm
but in
guessing
the
was also
polling,
0.
sorry.
Which I'm guessing was also 0.
Exactly, the takeoff sync time in the falling is always 0, right? So
Okay.
it was never, it wasn't doing actually anything. So he always started at 0, and he always started from the non-mirrored one, because then it was cascading back. So what I did is, I mean, I'm not 100% sure about this, but this might have. So, but as far as I know, takeoff sync time is 0 only in the
Yeah,
falling.
unless we
But
override it, I guess.
we,
But-
yeah, we check. Oh yeah, unless we're right, but we check. So, but what this thing does is, well, okay, so take the landing, right, and
yeah, half the
well,
time for there. That's the
take
maximum time. Yeah.
the middle between the land. So I'll show you here. Right? Basically, if you go to the falling.
No, to be fair, I think I get it. I think it's pretty. So it's just now we just have more of a range for it to pose match to, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
if you see
pretty,
here,
yeah.
like landing is here, right? So it will basically pose match.
Pose
like,
match up to that point.
This
Yeah,
guy,
sweet.
like half of this number. And then I had another fallback that say, right, okay, so but even sometimes some animation this is 0, right? So I say, right, as the ultimate fallback, never return 0, because if you return 0, it doesn't actually do anything. So at least give it just a little bit of time to
do some kind of pose match.
do something that will at least get you the mirrors phase. Otherwise, it doesn't even get the mirror. So
Okay,
I don't know
cool.
if that is gonna have some.
I don't think that should. To be fair, that doesn't look like that should cause any side effects.
Yeah, and then I show you here now when you do the when you do the normal jump of the jump, like if you see now when it goes into the
yeah, that's a lot more correct.
It doesn't have that like before.
Yeah,
it was
that looks
like,
a lot more correct. Yeah.
So now it's just it would just blend inside.
Yeah, nice. That looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, and the other thing to notice is, now you can step up very, very small ledges, and with the max step of 5, you can step off nicely on very small ledges, and it should work much better. That one.
I mean, I think we still need to get all of that with motion matching, but yeah, I think for now that'll be.
Yeah, effectively it is motion matched because I'll show you here. Let's show you here. Let me actually just give me a second. I need to I'm gonna do it properly. Just don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. I need to bake it. Okay, so I'll show you here. It's actually like I'll show you why it is motion match, because between all the blending, it goes in and out of the blending, but it does it in a way that it really doesn't. Like actually, so let me show you the little trajectory there. So you see there. You see that they basically it continue because the blending is like 0-30, right? It basically it kept the motion matching on, and it did an additive blend of that small fall. I don't know if you know if you see that. You see like that.
Yeah, I see what
He
you mean. Yeah,
basically never goes out of the motion matching, right?
yeah,
But
that looks great to me.
that is so beautiful because see that's like yeah,
Nice. I
it's
think
like
that
a
with layered with
very
some IK could do it. You know, weirdly for now at
yeah
least.
yeah that is basically you don't need IK now.
IK
You
is
just
now
like
just saying. Yeah, I
and
mean,
then like
to be the main thing for me was that it just needs to feel as non-jarring as possible,
yeah
and
exactly
anything is less jarring than that
yeah.
of the freaking thingy. So
See, before it was like, boop, boop, but now it's like now it's just beautiful. It's like I don't
yeah,
know, there is certain like that. The way it does it is like wow.
what we
So
will need to do now, however, is I need to check some stuff to make sure, because with the landing step height changed, I need to check its usage of how it was used beforehand. But that's easy. I'll just check through. We might just need to generate some more base values for some things to avoid it. But yeah, that looks a
oh
lot like 20 times less jarring than what it did before.
yeah, I mean this is like and also like the very good thing is like now is I have the velocity filter, so like if you walk very slowly, it does. You see there, it does it.
Nice. Yeah. See, that's the kind of fall. Yeah, I want to be seeing. Yeah.
That like it's the kind of details that you want. See,
Yeah.
like it
I
opens
mean,
the
Alex
arms
absolutely
like
spot
that.
on. To be honest, I can't really complain much there.
Yeah. Um. So and this is the case. Like, do we have like if you jump over that, like what do we need to do to not? Yeah, to
Yeah.
not let
Again. Yeah. So this case, this guy will want to jump onto.
yeah.
He should really fall. That's something else. But yeah, we need to add a like a step up basically. Like that should really be like a step up kind of thing.
But that shouldn't be exactly this because that is effectively a jump up, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to add a
Oh,
step up.
right.
So,
I
but
see. I
if you
understand.
see, that's a climb, right?
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
need
but
a
yeah,
jump that
but
will
it's effectively a
equate for that,
jump, right? Yeah.
or some kind of jump that will take you on whatever it is. You're like saying, "Hey, I want to jump up a small surface." Like that's just what
Yeah.
it needs to. The fact that that don't fall there is some side sus to me. But the way you do that step up, it should be how you do. Should be the
Yeah, I
exact
would
same
do
thing
the
as that jump.
exactly.
Like that would be the same thing as doing the jump.
Yeah.
And then
And this is why I was thinking that the fallback of that should really be yeah. Like I think
yeah, but I think the
oh,
fallback should still like that. That only makes the sense because, like you said, that step up and the climb in that scenario are the same thing. But if you try and jump onto a wall and then you climb it, like it's always like I kind of think it's very contextual. But I think in this case here, it is just like, yeah, you need to just do a step up. I mean, and again, that's just a coverage thing. I just got to add the animation. I plan to do that tonight. To be honest, I want to add a load more coverage for a bunch of stuff. I mean, if those are your fixes in, I'd like to grab them as soon as possible so I could try and fix
yeah,
them
no, I'm gonna
as many
I'm gonna
bits and
take
bobs
them
because
in.
I've got some weird behavior. Yeah, I really what I need to freaking do.
So I'm gonna like make this code better, but I'm gonna check them in and let me know
I don't need bail either.
what is still broken because I think this should be uh this should be as close as it was before. So give me yeah. I'm gonna check it in.
Yeah, I mean, I think my falling is a bit cuckoo.
Yeah, if you isolate the case where the falling is yeah, when the falling is
Yeah,
actually
nah,
yeah, I
that's
another
super
case
dodgy.
in which it could go wrong. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna
I
check
mean,
this.
my falling is completely wrong, bro. In a bunch of places, what was working doesn't work anymore. Yeah, especially in this little spot here. I mean, I have to. Yeah, I mean, once I grab your changes, yeah, because I'm not sure really what's going on. Yeah, that's completely wrong. Yeah.
Where does it go wrong?
I mean, the behavior is just seems a lot worse than what. Yeah, it's quite a few things is wrong, like compared to what it was. Um, yeah, like I bail now, like, but I need to get your changes to that before I fix it because I don't know what is still broken, but like 80% of things are broken. So
Okay, so okay, so if you grab latest now, uh, let me know which one,
okay,
which
let me
things
grab
that.
it because I can't really tell what's broken and what's not still because I need to get it back to how I was playing yesterday. I won't check any of the animation changes. Wait, I'm gonna fire up the live coding and then I'll pop to it. And then she'll be back. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm hoping once we get through these round of fixes, that should be the last of the breakages and remakages for 012. Because stuff was at a pretty stable point. Now we just need to get it back to there.
So I will still have to reelaborate some of the animations because yeah,
I'm just gonna fire up this
the
real quick. I'll
routing
be
is
around. We'll pop to it.
really bad.
Oh, okay. Blanket is on. Alright, so what is broken? What is not broken? Let's fix it all. Alright. All my stuff's still broken. My guy's still super dodgy.
Okay, yeah. Show me the case.
Like I jumped off and he landed. I mean, that was alright. Oh no, maybe it was the first jump. Maybe it's because it's the first jump. Let's see. Yeah, that's dodgy. Most likely to do with being the fact that it's the first jump, which tells me something else. Yeah, that means something either isn't set and needs to be set. Yo, you know what? Let me do this actually. Yo, it could be. Hold on. I think I know what it is. I think it's the exact thing I said it was that I needed to. That's most likely what it is. Another thing though, I do need to check though, if that is the case. Because I think a lot of these animations do need re-elaborating. Because I think they all have, some of them have dodgy comic stars. Which is most likely what it is. Let me redo this. This should fix a bunch of stuff. I mean, yeah. Might just add the step up as well, actually, quickly. Hold up.
Oh, you know, like that first.
Yeah, but I want to make sure it's not the thing that I still needed to.
Yeah. No, but what I was gonna say is, can we check that we don't use that state current anim state thing?
Yeah.
Because I think that
Yeah,
is
well,
causing a million problems there.
yeah. Nah, it was it was just what I thought it was. It was playing the wrong thingy. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't know. Something about. I mean, that looks fine. It's probably the gravity traces throwing me off visually. Looks like he hangs a bit more than you do. The blending is better though. It is more accurate. I think I've just probably gotten used to seeing it non-mirrored, so that's why. God, we need a better fall and a better jump. Ooh. Yeah, I've just seen.
So, you know the jump that he always does when you fall off stuff. That is very annoying because that is the wonky one from Drew at the gym, and that was so annoying.
You know what? Which it probably needs to be. Hold on.
My God.
Because this is really inaccurate in terms of like where the capsule is versus where you're actually falling off, and I think that is what's causing a ton of problems. That disconnect is really wrong because like your feet are like there, and your thing is like landing back there, which is completely wrong. Which I think is throwing off a bunch of stuff too. It's actually really quite an important thing to look at and to consider, especially for jumping. You're kind of like truth. Stuff like this is fine.
That's what it was. What?
Because that looks correct to me. Weird. That's got to predict that it will fall. Yeah, the gravity prediction looks off. Yeah, it's got to predict that it will fall. Otherwise, it's just not gonna. I really don't like the full animation, but I could. That's not. Yeah, there's a weird acceleration that happens. I really don't like. You know, I don't really see it there. Not too far, you don't actually realise it. Well, I hate this full animation more than anything else. It's just such a weird one. Like, it doesn't really... What is that? It's like oh, it speeds up real quick, isn't it? And it's like wonky. I don't even know. Am I bugging when I say it's wonky? It feels like it doesn't fall straight up. The animation just wonky as ever. Yeah, he's like facing sideways. He's not really facing straight, which really bugs me. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, like his body's like sideways. It pisses me off. Terrible animation, really. Yeah, but it don't make a difference because the trace is still off. So unless the trace is spot on, this isn't going to do anything. I mean, I prefer it with this, but it's not going to do anything unless the trace is. It's not gravity trace, anything like that. Okay, well, we'll elaborate these guys, bring them back, and see what the base behavior is looking like. Yeah, I feel like now it's not as accurate in the fall detection.
Yeah, I think that is because the root is on the ground, right? So there is a massive offset between
Yeah,
where you think it is and where it's gonna end up.
yeah. There's something about this ground fit that stresses. I don't know. I'm always worried, especially because we're using root motion to not have the root synced with where the character is in the world. It's the only thing that's dodging me out.
So in theory, the gravity trace only needs, because the root x and y is correct, right? I mean, is as correct as where you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing that we need to take into account is in the gravity trace is where are you in the z
In the
space,
world, which we
which
have.
I think is quite
We
easy
have
to do.
already.
Yeah,
We
so I think
already have that.
yeah. So I think that is all we have to do is like, okay, we know that the root is x and y is the root and z is not the root. You know, z is what we calculate, right?
Yeah.
And that should
Yeah,
really
because this
give
2
you
is just a random. Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything.
yeah, 2 is just not to make it collide with the ground, but I mean, whatever that number is, I think it needs to be that a tiny offset plus, you know, where the
Where are
root
you? Where is your like Z
will be,
bone?
yeah.
Yeah, like that's really where it's going.
I mean, for the jumps, right?
But I don't know. I don't know. This I still think there's
doesn't
something
make
wrong with that because for me there's like I don't think you can disconnect what is moving the character. That's the one thing with this foot rooted ground that susses me out is that there is that disconnect between like your capsule will then collide, but we're saying you're not going to. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing that's like we're saying, oh, you're gonna fall, and then right, so we say, oh, you're gonna fall in this case, but then your capsule says, no, I've just landed. What do you mean about that? And it's like, oh,
but that's only if we make the calculation wrong, right? I mean, in theory, that calculation should always be where the capsule is gonna be.
yeah, I think it's got to stay off on the capsule. To be honest, I don't know if we can actually move it to the feet, because if we move it to the feet, then yeah, I think we have then a secondary problem that the like, oh, I'm falling versus I'm not falling will become out of sync in terms of the collision of the capsule. I think all of that stuff has to be driven by the primary mover of the capsule, which in this case is the capsule. So, however that moves, that's what we've got to do it off of, because that is what's going to collide, not your character in essence.
Yeah, your mesh doesn't collide. It's always the capsule that collides.
Let me see. Let me try. I want to get it back to where it was. Then yeah, from there. There's something about this fall that just feels off at the moment. What is that about? Yeah, okay, so that does what I would. Yeah, see, that's the issue there. Yeah, then it triggers the land. Yeah, I really don't know what this capsule on the ground thing. I can't lie to you. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, because now that issue that I had before with the triggering the land when the capsule lands is back. I don't know if you can see my screen.
No, what is it?
Can you see my screen?
Okay, yeah, go.
Yeah, so now if you see here, like that problem there is because the capsule lands. So
But the gravity trace is off by a mile. What happened there?
so I mean, sorry, let me so I upped it. Sorry, I upped it for the thing, but I'll show you just some of the problems I'm having. Yeah, I don't know. I can't lie to you. I don't know. There's something about it that don't feel right. Doing it this way. Don't know what it, because it feels like it's brought a lot more problems than it fixed, and the problems are just as bad. Like, it's not like they're just like, that's the thing. Because at least the other problem was like very concentrated in one specific area, whereas this is like spread out across a bunch of different cases. Which about that tells me something there is like, Now, I know theoretically it's a very easy fix, but I'm just wondering if there's one we need to decide on. I'm thinking maybe for jumps we don't do this. That's what I wonder. Because jumps aren't as grounded to like an object in the world as a vault is. Like a vault is kind of dependent on something in the world that you're syncing to. Whereas a jump is just kind of character dependent. And anything character driven therefore needs to be a bit more aligned. Because the falling on the jumps was never an issue. It was just on the vaults. So I'm wondering.
I don't understand what so if we do the gravity trace correct, why that wouldn't work?
It's like, but like this is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like the gravity trace is wrong. Like it's half as.
Yeah, exactly. But if we do correctly, why doesn't it work?
Because stuff like that case there. Like, I mean, to be fair, that is primarily because the root and the feet are disconnected. Or they're not actually in this case. The fall is disconnected with the fall.
But what? Okay, one sec. Like,
okay, so let's get the gravity trace right then, because
yeah. But
my issue is that so for the gravity trace, like I still think it has to come out the root, because if it doesn't come out the root, like so say here, right, we trace the gravity from the feet position, right? It's gonna say it's gonna fall, right? Whereas there it says it doesn't fall, right? Whereas it's like here it says it doesn't fall, whereas it should fall. But then I don't think we can do it by tracing it from the foot position, because the capsule is moving separately to that.
No, we like if you see where the capsule is, right? Like the problem is that the gravity has got nothing to do with the capsule.
Yeah.
But So why is that? I mean, why the gravity is? I mean, if we had like, we know that the capsule is correct in the x and y, right? We only need to have it correct to the z, but that should be doable, right?
Are you talking about where we start off the trace?
What? And when we trace, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, in theory, right? That trace should follow 1-to-1 the capsule, right? But yeah, there, for example, it follows one. It's
Drastically off.
It's drastically off, right? So okay, so why did we multiply by 2 before?
I don't know. You'll have to ask this. Oh, you did. I'm not too sure.
Because I think that was part of the parabola formula. You know, like we need that. I think because that to me looks like is exactly off by 2, which is.
But the thing is, it doesn't necessarily always account for like the arc of it. Like, so sometimes when you have 2, the arc looks different when you have collisions. So I mean, let's bring it back here. Next mocap sessions, hopefully this month at some point. Oh, sorry, Alexander. I didn't even ask you a question. Hopefully a year. Oh.
Because didn't we add the offset to root in the curve, right? So we can read that, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is wrong though. Like, because that offset is gonna tell you you're not colliding. That is out of sync with what how your character's actually moving. Now the trajectory may say you're not going to collide with because your character might not, but because your root is still on the ground, this might land and your character not land.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, just because especially if you're using like the pelvis and whatnot, because like now maybe then we need to move it to the feet, so that could potentially solve it. So like that case there, right? That says you're gonna fall, but then your capsule starts to go down, right? Once you start falling, and then your capsule lands. So in that case, it's fine, right? But then your capsule, yeah, lands basically because of that.
No, but I still don't understand. Okay, that 2 is completely broken to me. I think that is. Yeah, there are many wrong things with that too. Okay, let me. Okay, let me look after this thing because.
Yeah.
I need to fix the rest of the animations for the fall, so I'm gonna.
Because I don't know. I feel like I think the falling is taking a step back since the change. I'll sort out some of the. I mean, I need to go grab some food quickly and then.
Okay, so let's have a plan of attack about the standing issues, right?
Yeah, there's just ever since we've done it, there's just something sus about character being up and then the capsule just moving straight. I don't know what it is. Collision wise, it just feels sus. Could be fine, but I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of. I'm yet to have it like not be problem free and see a way out of it like clearly. Yeah, I've got to sort that out there. Why it does that crap? Yeah, because it does some crazy stuff. I mean, it's falling there. I mean, it's not picking up a thing at this point. And I've also sort out. Yeah, you got to bring back Bales and the Vaults. Got to really add some more animations because that is struggling to. That one there. And that is struggling. Why is it struggling so badly? And it takes a hot second to pick that dude out. I think I know what the problem there is, to be fair. Okay. The aim tonight is to get it, with this new way, back to as stable as it was before we changed things around. Don't know. I've seen a lot of problems. I'll be honest. But yeah. Okay, I want to get some food. I don't know. Do you want to take over the stream, Nana?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
I'm gonna grab some food. I shall be back. Oh, I'll just let you stream. If I'll just end this one and let you stream.
Should we let Gans stream maybe?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, Guns you can stream because I think I'm just gonna dive into a lot of debugging code.
Yeah,
I know it needs to be done there, but we've changed some capsule stuff and radius crap, so I need to account for all of that.
So when you're back, right? Okay, let me have a look into this gravity trace because I think I can combine. Yeah, I can combine my fixes, but
yeah,
my aim before midnight is to have the falling sorted.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I want it to get back to playing how it was playing like a day or two ago. That is like the main thing. Because a day or two ago, I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm struggling to find a bug. And now I can point them out within like a snap of my finger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's what we need to get back to. Now,
is,
I know exactly how we can go back to that. But there's things that we changed that I do think are better that we need to try and get back to that point. So we have our base point. That if you guys on the stream, everything was a lot better. You probably, if you'd have seen me playing it, but whatever. We just need to get back to that because I'm looking at a lot of stuff now, and I'm just like, it looks wrong, and it just looks dodgy to me. So,
but in terms of the stuff that we needed to fix, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know. That's the thing, because like the thing that was like the falling, and it because at that time. Yeah, like, because I don't know, like a lot's changed, but it hasn't gotten better in that way. It's gone backwards, but like in a way that I'm like,
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I have an idea. I think, right, while I was doing the falling, I have this sneaky suspicious that. You know the pelvis velocity, blah 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 blah, right? I have this sneaky suspicious that ignore root motion thing is the real evil here. Okay, I'm gonna give myself an hour. Okay, I'm gonna revert that capsule to where it was before. Okay, and check what are the side effects of the pelvis, because I have the sneaky suspicious that will work. But yeah,
but that has nothing. That ignore thing has nothing to do with the pelvis. That has nothing to do with the pelvis, though. Because that is gone.
I think it does a massive impact because I think. I mean, okay, we see, but.
Because it may do. I'm not like. I'm happy to look into it. but I still just I want to get it back to where it was 2 days ago, because like 2 days ago, everything felt super solid.
No, but
And
you say 2 days ago before we moved the capsule to the ground or earlier?
Well, I think both. Like before we moved the capsule to the ground, there was only one problem, and that was just with the falling on the vault. That was the only thing I had a problem with. Like everything else, like jumping and all that stuff was fine. It was just with the falling on the thing.
Yeah.
Now we've got a few different problems.
So yes, so I have this sneaky suspicious that I can fix both, because I think I noticed that ignore root motion is that he has. So if you fall now without like if you fall from like a normal a half a meter ledge, right? It doesn't do any of that ignore root motion stuff. Before, as soon as we had a fall, okay, as soon as we triggered a fall, we did that ignore root motion, right? And everything was in place and blah blah. Now only the in-air animation is in place, and it does the ignore root motion. Everything else.
Okay, so I mean, let's see what that.
So I don't know. I have the suspicion that may just.
Well, we could try. I mean, there's a lot. I know exactly what it is to roll back to certain things, so it's pretty much an easy change. But yeah, let's do that. We've got like there's a version that is like. That it's got to be as good as. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's got to be the one we played 2 days ago.
Yeah, we got our sort of goalkeeper there, right? Of a pretty damn good version. Okay, yeah. I enjoyed that. I'm gonna let you know when you come back from.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me go some food, and then I'll be like 30 minutes to an hour. Just gonna grab some food, watch some, and then I'll be back, and then let's do that. I mean, then we can make a decision, because what I might then do is roll back to see if where it went kind of wrong, and that makes sense. And what problems potentially the old one had, and now do we have a solution for that, and like what the solution is. Because it could be a case that we say vaults we ground, everything else we don't, and then that could fix stuff, right?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that might be
exactly that is also plan B. Yeah.
Because also with that, the thing that the reason why that makes a lot of sense to me is that because my logic there is anything that is not grounded to an object needs to be with the root following whatever, whereas like a vault, all these other things, they are grounded to something in the world.
Yeah, that makes
like you can't vault in thin air, right? Basically, like kind of thing. Like that's something else. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, but if you're using an obstacle, like if you're using ledge data, then you need to have one that is more like. Then we know that because then we're doing like the gravity stuff is dependent on this. So
but then we
potentially
because we did once we moved the root to the ground, then like we disabled the collision anyway, so it doesn't really matter where the root
it is, because we're syncing points up. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're syncing points, it doesn't matter where the root is. But what does matter is like if you're not, like if you're saying do a thing, let the world then decide. I think that's when your capsule has to be an accurate representation of your character in world space, whereas currently it's not. And I think that's where we're stumbling.
No, I see exactly what you mean. I completely agree that think for as much as we can, the capsule really needs to be the center of gravity of your character. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly that, right? Like the two need to be connected, and I think that's the key thing, right? And I think if at any point we realize that we're doing a crazy like manipulation of the root, that's our sign to be like, hold on a minute, maybe this root needs to be grounded. You know what I mean? Because what a lot of the time, the behavior between the two with the system we have now, you won't know. Like the jumps, for example, before I re-elaborate them with thin ground, they worked the exact same way. So that was something that I was like, that's interesting, right? Like, so yeah, it's it's something we got to think about. Let's
Yeah. No, I think that like that logic, I think is very strong. I think center of gravity, unless we have some crazy, like the only thing that I can think of when it's like wrong to do it, the center of gravity, is when we go ambiguous stuff. Like let's say that you are jumping up, but you're raising your knees and your feet, so sorry, you are jumping down but you're raising your feet and knees, so it looks like you're going up, but instead you're going down with
you're going
like,
down,
that thing, right?
That's when it needs to be grounded.
Yeah, but if there are no ambiguity, then I think it needs to be. Yeah, I think the rule, it should be very easy. Like ambiguity, just stick it to the ground. No ambiguous, follow. Yeah.
Exactly. So that it makes sense, because you got to think like something like a flip, right? There is so much ambiguity in terms of like where is your like.
Yeah, where is the root? Yeah, exactly.
Where is the root in the Z wise, right? Like, you know what I mean? Because it changes so much. Like it's not really at your feet, but then it's not necessarily always at you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think.
Whereas a jump, it's pretty like you're gonna follow that. You know what I mean? Like so. Yeah, I mean, that is one thing that I don't mind about the system, because I am aware, like switching back is just a one thing in one line of code, right? So it's not a problem, and it will work irrespective. Like it will just work. So yeah, it'd be good to let's check it out. Let's all right, I'm gonna grab some food, and then what I'll do is actually, if you, while you look at the gravity trace, I'll look at that, and then we can see kind of what results we get, and then go from there.
Yeah, super.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
No, give me a shot. I'll ask you guys to take over the stream.
I'm already here.
Oh, we go. Okay.
Oh, right, I'm gonna end the stream, and then guns, it's all yours.
Yeah, is it?
Wait, if I start streaming from OBS, will I just take over the stream without having to do
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately.
Shame.
Well, try, but we don't think.
Yeah, try. I mean, kickstart one, but I think it just pops up too.
Alright, I've started streaming.
Oh, I just saw the chat. He's giving up. What?
Well,
These guys.
simple solution to simple problem. Don't give up.
It's not wrong, but it's also not too right.
Yeah, I don't know if my stream's going anywhere. I don't know what's happening.
Alright, let me check. Who are you?
Let me.
I
David's
see
one's
David.
still going. Yeah, and it hasn't started a second stream on the channel.
Sometimes it starts and you can't see that, because I remember Dada was streaming one time and I started streaming, and then it
Oh yeah, it creates another one, right?
yeah. I mean, if I go to my channel,
that's fine. I'll stop streaming and I'll wait till.
Yeah, no, it's started. There's two.
Is it?
Is it? Have you got Let's Build Something going? Oh no, it's not. There's only one.
That was my.
No, it's just me.
One.
320. So if you fire one up, then. Oh, the worst case scenario, mate.
Oh, it did start a second stream. You're right.
I can just share your screen on here.
Could have done.
But then there's just no point. Like, you may as well just you control it. You know?
Yeah, no.